ago, I started making bread with my grandma. Watch this video to see what happens next.
That's the dough hook we have on there, and it's mixing without the yeast right now. The yeast still has a couple more minutes of rising before we pour it in. But in the meantime, we're going to get this wet. See, can you see how it's getting wet with the egg and the butter mixture?
We normally we have to do that, and then oh wait, wrong hand. Spread it out like that. So when it is time for the red to, like get on here, it will be good. Oh, yeast is ready. So it's when you put the flour on the board.
So we're getting a big bowl for this to grow. We cover it and it grows for an hour. And you want to have a clean bowl, no dirt, no dust. And we have to lightly grease the bowl with some oil.
What type of oil?
You can use olive oil or safflower oil or whatever kind of oil you like. And we just put it on a piece of paper towel like this. And we just rub it around, so this way the dough, when you go to punch it down, it's easier to punch down. It's not sticking. Okay.
Definitely is foamy, and that's good. That means our yeast is gonna work and it's gonna rise. So yeah, let's go check out the dough.
Her teacher said you add the mixture, this yeast mixture, to the batter and stir. And you knead the dough on a greased, floured surface for 8 to 10 minutes. Her dough is usually very sticky and buttery, so she adds 1/4 to 1/2 cup more of flour whenever she needs. And then when it's all mixed in, we're going to place it in that greased bowl in a warm place to rise. We'll figure out that place in just a few minutes. So let's go over here and add the yeast with a spatula. Oh, that's dirty. We don't use things off the floor unless we wash them. And look at this. That is a great yeasty consistency. So I'm going to carefully, I don't want to smash my yeast, put it in here. And we're going to scrape all this out. You don't want to waste any yeast. And you don't want to do this hard when you turn your mix master on. The teacher really wants everybody to put this on the board there and use your hand. But I'm going to start the mix right here on stir because it's not going to kill the yeast. If I were to put it up to the highest speed, it would kill the yeast. So we're going to go real slow and scrape all this good stuff out. They always taught me in cooking classes, get everything out of the bowl. Don't waste your ingredients. And if this is too big, go for something smaller to scoop it out. Okay, we are ready to knead, and poor Nat only has one hand to knead. But you do not want to waste any of this good dough. So we have to get this dough out of here. And you scoop it down, scrape it all down, and get it in one lump. Oh, and it's hard because it's a stiff dough. But I think we're going to get 2 nice loaves. And see, you don't want to say, oh, I'm all done. No, look at all that good dough that could make your bread even higher and bigger. And the chef always says, if you can't get it with your spatula, try a knife, try your fingers, whatever. Just keep your hands clean.
Yeah, and never lick your fingers, you guys.
And put your germs back in. That's unsanitary. Okay, I think Natalie and I are ready to start this process. And see, I have the flour already here. If it gets too sticky, we just sprinkle a little flour on. So first we're gonna make it into this big round ball. Ooh, it is a nice dough, and smell it. When you smell fresh yeast,
Oh, it
like
smells
that,
so good,
it
you guys.
smells wonderful. And you don't want to put too much flour on your board, because if you add too much more flour, it could get super dry and crack on you. So the teacher says, just keep punching down. Knead dough on a greased, floured surface. I didn't put any grease. I just usually use flour, but you could lightly oil your board if you wanted to. And you punch it so it's really good with your fist or your palm of your hand. And you don't want to handle too much, because if it dries out, it's not going to rise.
How heavy is it?
It feels a couple pounds for sure.
Nice. So guys, just remember, this is doubled. The recipe we're going to show you at the end of this video is not doubled. So if you want to make a bread just like this, then make sure you double it. Like double everything. Even the bowl size. Da-na-na-na.
This is really going to take an hour to rise. Then we have to punch it down and do a couple things to get it ready. And then we rise it again before we bake it. So while it's rising the first hour, I will clean everything up and put it all away. And we've really punched this down good. And I'm going to put it in that big bowl and cover it with a nice cloth, clean cloths. And I have to figure out, I might put
So after that and stuff, and an hour. Oh my God, it rises
That's
super
1
well.
hour of rising time.
Okay, I'm going to show you under that towel right there, and look how huge it's got to you guys. That is huge. I really just want to like poke, poke. Maybe give it some eyes. Oh, it's so cute.
So
Okay.
now what we do is we take it out of this. Look at it. Oh, it's beautiful smell. Look at the consistency. See, it's spongy. That's what you want.
Oh, it's so soft.
And oh, by the way, you're handling with clean hands.
Yep.
And the dough smells so good. Smell.
Oh, it's so soft, you guys.
The
Like
consistency
a
is
giant
nice.
Play-Doh.
So basically what we're going to do is Nat wants to make one big bread with the sun face, and she's going to design it, and we're going to get it on our prepared pan. I have parchment paper, and I'm going to rub flour. You could rub cornmeal. And once Nat gets the design on it, sits on this pan for about an hour, and then you can bake it at, let's see, 425 degrees for 10 to 20 minutes till it's done. You don't want to take bread out like undercooked, because it's real doughy.
Oh, yeah.
So you want to make sure you put a toothpick in. If it comes out clean, it's done. And sometimes it's good just to let it sit a few minutes to cool before you cut into it so it doesn't crumble. If you cut into bread when it's super, super hot, you'll have all crumbs. Okay, so we don't want to do this too much because we don't want to lose our niceness, but fold that over.
Just
That's
finished making your face. It is rising like a little bit more one more time, and watch till the end to see the results, and hopefully it looks cute. And we're going to show pictures of before it's cooked and stuff that my grandma will send me and stuff, and we'll definitely put in the recipe in the video so you guys can see that. Say yeah. Guys,
Are you recording?
it's ready, I think.
Wow, I think it's doubled in size.
Oh, it did.
Oh my God, you guys.
His nose kind of.
Yeah.
Well, you can reshape it a bit.
Yeah,
now.
we'll reshape them before we bake them.
But it's pretty. It's pretty.
And
solid.
he has risen, and now it's time to bake them at 425 degrees for 10 to 20 minutes till it's done. We don't want to take out yeasty bread, like undercooked bread.
Yeah.
Bread we want.
Here is the finished look. It looks like just bread and stuff, but you know, I'll show you the pictures before. Thanks for watching. Anyway, goodbye.